Hi everyone, welcome to this class today. My name is Rachel Smets, as you know, and I will be talking about the Netherlands today. So I did focus already a little bit on Netherlands together with other countries, but today I'm really going to focus on the Netherlands. So not only countries, but true experiences of myself in the Netherlands, what to visit, what to pack when you travel, when you live there. In my next classes, I will always address one specific country and tell you really nice places to visit, but also practical advice, what to pack, what to take with you, what you should, look for. And I will also make a different class about the cultures and the people. So the traditions, the people, how to address, how to greet. So that will be all of my next classes, let's say. So today we focus on the Netherlands, and where do we focus on? We focus on a little bit of theory, just about the country, about what to pack, and what to visit. So, well, you'll see a lot of photos and images and pictures, and you'll learn a lot in this class in just half an hour. So let's get started. Let's get started with my traditional breathing exercise. Okay, so I really want you all to be really presently aware, just one small moment of mindfulness, which is something you should or you could do every day for yourself. So I do want to do that in the beginning of each of my classes. So I'm going to do it with you. You all slow down, you close your eyes. Please join me. It's just 1 minute. You close your eyes. You put your both feet on the floor, your hands are on your knees, your shoulders are back, and all of your muscles are relaxed, and you breathe in through your nose, and you breathe out again. We're going to do that 2 more times. You breathe in through your nose. Just focus on your breath. Very slowly breathe in, take all the air, and breathe out again. And one last time, relax all your muscles, focus on your breath. Take one deep breath in through your nose. And breathe out again. Slowly, we're coming back to the room. And now we are focused on this class, right? So let's travel all the way to the Netherlands. If you have questions or comments, you can ask it now in the discussion box, or you can always send me an email, info@expat2inpat.com. Visit me on Facebook, you type in expat2inpat, or my website, www.expat2inpat.com. So, lots of ways to reach me if you have any questions about countries or expat life or any suggestions. So, here we are, visiting the Netherlands. This is where I'm focusing on today. So the Netherlands, if you see here, I found a beautiful map of Europe. And today we are right here. It seems like a small country. I guess it is compared to other ones, but this is where it's located in Europe. You see the whole map of Europe, Spain, Italy, etc., etc. So this here is Netherlands with the colors red, white, and blue from top to bottom. Pay attention to the fact that the Netherlands is red, white, and blue in horizontal lines. And if you look here to France, it's red, white, and blue, but on the opposite, and it's vertical. So remember that. It's the same colors, but it's different. And then here is a country, again with the colors. So you remember the flag. It's a little bit of history lesson here, so it's always good to know. Now, if you take this country here, the Netherlands, right? And you look at the country itself, then this is the Netherlands. So this is a map of only the Netherlands. Okay, so first we have Europe, you see the Netherlands, and then we arrive here. And of course, what is the most famous thing that you all know in the Netherlands? It's Amsterdam. So I drew up an arrow here of Amsterdam, because maybe you didn't know where in Netherlands it was. So this is the whole map of the Netherlands, and Amsterdam is right here up north, because it's in the north part, not so far from the coast. You see here the North Sea. So this is where Amsterdam is, okay? Now, this gives you a good idea, I think, of where we are. So if you travel, you don't only look at the name Netherlands, but you actually know where you're going. So here we are in the Netherlands. Let me tell you a little bit more interesting facts. Okay, I think it's really interesting. So must known facts. Now, first of all, the very important cities. Okay, I'm starting with the little bullet point 1. Now, the very most famous city is Amsterdam, which is really famous. And many people all over the world, they don't even know that the Netherlands is a country. They just say, oh yeah, I'm traveling to Amsterdam, as if Amsterdam is a country. But Amsterdam is a city, okay? So Amsterdam is the capital city of the Netherlands, okay? Another important city is The Hague. In Netherlands, you call it Den Haag. And then there's also Rotterdam. Okay, so those are probably the most famous cities and the most, attractive touristically. Okay, now Amsterdam is the capital, as I said, and The Hague is really known because of the government and the parliament. That's where all these political issues are discussed and going on. So that's in The Hague. Now, Amsterdam is a bit more up north, like I showed you on the map, and Den Haag is a little bit more down in the south, let's say, just, to give you an idea. And then Rotterdam is the other famous city, and that is actually the largest port there is in Europe. So Netherlands seems like a small country, but it has, very important places like Amsterdam, the capital, The Hague, where all the political environment is, and then Rotterdam, the largest port of Europe. So these three things are probably worthwhile visiting, okay, besides Amsterdam. Then the Netherlands, it's literally the name Netherlands is Low Countries, because nether as low, it's old English, old Dutch. It's so the name Netherlands means Low Countries. That's the literal theoretical explanation. What's also interesting to know is that it's the world's second largest exporter of food and agricultural products. Number 1 is the US and number 2 is Netherlands. So in the whole world, the larger exporter of food and agricultural. And it seems like a tiny country, but here you go, and that's because of the climate, lots of rain, which is not so pleasant, but it's good for the agriculture. And it's just a good green climate, so environment-wise, it's really good for the production. Now, what you must remember of the Netherlands is, and I put it in red, cycling. That's why I put the picture here as well. Cycling is the common, most famous mode of transportation in the Netherlands. Cycling. Everybody cycles. Almost as many kilometers are covered by bicycle as by train. And look at this figure here. I thought you should know this. This is so interesting. There's 19 million bicycles. So every single person in the Netherlands, on average has 1.1 bicycle per person living here. So every single person has a bicycle. And it's funny because everything is done on a bicycle here. You do your groceries, you go to school, you go to university, you pick up your kids from school if you have kids, you go out to a party. Everything is on the bicycle. You wear a suit on a bicycle, you wear sports clothes on a bicycle. Everything is done on a bicycle. So it is, to me, out of all countries that I've ever lived, the paradise for cycling. There's even road signs only for bikers. So only for bicycles. So there's not only street signs for the car, there's also signs for the bicycle. So it's really something, to me, very special. It's really a paradise for bicycles. So if you come and visit, you have to rent a bicycle. You just have to, because then you really feel like a local person. Okay, back to the Netherlands. The population, there's almost 17 millions of inhabitants. So you see there's nearly 17 millions and there's 19 million bicycles. It's just crazy, isn't it? The currency is euros, the sign for euros. So euro is all over Europe. It's a European country. And the religions, there is almost more than half of the people who have no religion. Then there is the Catholics, 23%, Protestant, 10%, Islam, 5%. So a lot of people are not religious. And something you can't see on my slide here, it's cut off, but I did wrote down that we have a monarchy in the Netherlands, and this is the king and the queen. King Willem-Alexander, his name is, and Maxima is her name. So they're very, yeah, very happy, lively, smiley monarchy, and I really, yeah, I think they're doing a good job. They're really nice as a couple. Okay, so that was the known facts. Now, as we are traveling, you want to know what is there to see in the Netherlands, okay? So I will tell you a bit about the cities, but before you go to the cities, you need to know what to pack in your suitcase, right? So be prepared for the rain. Because yes, it's a nice country, and yes, today is a lovely summer day, and there are lovely sunny days, but it rains a lot. So, two items you need is the umbrella, ta-da, and I guess boots. It can be leather boots, it can be like these gummy type of boots, but yeah, it's kind of nice to have those with you. Anything really, it doesn't have to be a boot, but something that is resistant to the rain, that you don't wear these shoes that can't stand the rain and then they get all dirty and soaky. So just be prepared for it. When you dress, you wear layers and jeans. Jeans, as you can see here, always good, men and women, you know, jeans goes with everything. Um, Also layers, what I mean by that is that, you know, it's the kind of country where you can think, yeah, the weather is nice, but then the sun goes away and it gets a bit chilly. Or sometimes you think it's a bit chilly, but then suddenly the clouds disappear and then the sun comes out and then it's kind of warmish. So the best thing to do is to wear a shirt and a little jacket or a little sweater. And then when it gets warmer, you just take off your jacket and then, or your sweater. So you wear layers, you know, a t-shirt, a sweater, and a jacket. And then you can just, or a scarf, so you can just adapt a little bit to the weather, so you're never too cold and never too warm. And oh well, it's not an easy country to dress, or you just be prepared for it. So I guess layers is the way to go, and be prepared to the rain. So that's good. Also, if you know you're gonna drive or cycle as a normal local Dutch person, then make sure your outfit is bike proof. So what I mean by that is, well, people, they do everything on the bikes. As I wrote down here, they do groceries, you pick up your child from school, you go out clubbing, everything is done on the bike. So you can wear a nice suit or a nice dress and then have a cape like this, yellow cape here on the picture, which then covers everything up. You know, your clothes remain dry, your feet remain dry. So this is ideal to have a cape like that. But you can wear anything on the bike, really. People just, you know, even high heels, or a nice suit, a business suit. So the pictures I put here is just to give you a bit of an impression of how people walk around and dress. You know, it can be a nice suit, it can be a bit more casual. These are all casual, but and layers. So it's just to give you an idea of what you can expect here. All right, so we are packing up our suitcase. All right, and now I want to tell you a little bit more about the places you can visit. First of all, this picture here is Amsterdam. In Amsterdam, you will find a lot of trams as well. And in Amsterdam, you have actually all over Holland, because Holland and Netherlands, you can easily take the train. So the mode of transportation, if you're in a city specifically, for example, within Amsterdam or within Rotterdam or within Den Haag, like I wrote here, just rent a bike and go all over with the bicycle, because it's really a good way of transportation. You go, you know, you go faster than walking and you see much more than walking, and everything is really, every sign is out there on streets and directions and everything. So it's really easy. If you want to go from one city to the other, then there's so many really good public transportation as the train. So you can easily take a train from Amsterdam to Den Haag to Rotterdam and then hop on the trains and just step out. So it's really easy. The public transportation is really, really good. So you have to take advantage of that. So if you're traveling to the Netherlands, right? Remember, this is the map. Let me show you. If you're traveling, okay, this is the whole of Netherlands, right? Like I said, in this point here is Amsterdam. That's the capital. So you can't go to the Netherlands and not visit Amsterdam. There, you have to go there. So this will be your stop because there's also the airport. So you step off the plane, you take a train to the center, you do all of Amsterdam, your little shopping, your little smoking of marijuana, because all of that is allowed here in the Netherlands. So you can just smoke as much as you want. Then you take a train and you go to Rotterdam, which would then be a little bit more south here, okay? And then you can take another train and then go, whoops, here is Den Haag. So that's the whole parliament and city, but there's also really beautiful places to see. So you can just hop on, and then just travel around. So those will be the three main cities you would want to see. And you can also, you can also take the train and then just whoops all the way down to Belgium. But Belgium will be another country I will need to discuss with you guys and tell you all about that. So you can just hop on the train and then arrive in Brussels, for example. But let's take whoops back to the Netherlands. You can also take a train easily and cross the border to Germany, because this is Germany. Lots of possibilities. Really, really, the train is really easy, so you can visit a lot of places. If you take a week or two, you can do a lot. What I also want to show you is that Netherlands has all of these islands here. See the arrow? You see all of these little small things here. These are all islands. And one of them is called Texel. It's written with an X, but it's Texel. Another one is called Terschelling. And they're all pretty, they're just beautiful to see. Of course, if the weather is nice, it's nicer always. But they're islands, and I think it's interesting for you to know, because who would have think that the Netherlands has islands? I didn't know before I moved there. So it's interesting to know. So you not only have the cities, but you also have these islands that you can visit. Okay, so that's why I wrote here, you have lots of really beautiful beach areas and you have beautiful cities. In the cities you have beautiful monuments, beautiful museums, a lot of water, like this picture here. This is Amsterdam. You're in the middle of a city and there's water everywhere. You see the boats go by everywhere. So you not only have the city, the shopping, the bars, the pubs, the restaurants, you also have a beautiful serene water, little bridges, boats, okay? So you have so many options. And then you take the train, you go, you take the train to Den Haag, for example. You arrive in the city, but Den Haag, as you can see here, it's right at the beach. So there, you just go on the beach and then whoops, you arrive in this serene picture here, because here you are on the beach. So you're like a step away from the city. So do you understand what I mean with all the possibilities that you have in the Netherlands? So I wrote again here, train, trams, and bikes. So the mode of transport will be definitely within a city. You hop on this tram here, it takes you from one place to the other, or you rent a bike, go from one place to the other, or you take a train and you go further away. Okay, so that's the thing I really advise you to do. All right. So I think it's interesting with the map to give you a really good idea of what you can expect. So North Sea's here, all of these little islands. Now the Netherlands has many more places, as you can see. Yes, there is Belgium, and yes, there's Germany. You have all these islands here. You have the famous city Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Den Haag. What else do you want to know? Do you have any questions so far, by the way? If you have any questions, please do let me know. What I will tell you much more about in one of my next classes, I will have one more class based on the Netherlands, focusing on the Netherlands, and then I will definitely focus on the culture and the food and the people, because I think it's important to know if you travel to the Netherlands. Yes, now I'm telling you what to pack and where to go, but it's also important to know how the culture is, what people are like, how you should greet them, and what you should order for food, for example, what you can expect for food. Okay. What's also nice to know about the Netherlands, because I've traveled to many countries, and Netherlands is a place that you will really like to live or to visit because people are very open. People are very open and direct. So it's some of the countries where I lived, it's very hard to feel home and to feel good because people can be sometimes very closed up and very hard to connect to or very hard to talk to if you have questions. You know, when you're coming into a new country and you sometimes you just don't know your way, or you're in Amsterdam and you want to take a train and you don't really know how or where, or and there you are in a big city. And if you're in the Netherlands, then you can just ask anybody and people will really help you out. So people are also very easily in talking in English, even if the language is Dutch, because in the Netherlands they speak Dutch. And the word here, Nederland, that's of course Dutch. And then here, Den Haag, Rotterdam, Amsterdam, it's all Dutch words, but most of the people they talk English. So it makes it so much nicer and easier for you because in the beginning you don't really speak the language. So, and you always have to figure out what train, am I on the right train? Should I go there? Should I go there? Where is my hotel? Where is the street? You can really ask anybody and people are very, very open in helping you. And I think that's a really, really attractive thing of the Netherlands because if you don't know and you kind of already feel miserable, like where am I going to go? And if nobody then is willing to help you out, it makes it, not so nice. So I really enjoy that of the Netherlands. And I will tell you about other countries where that is much harder. Especially the language is one. If you can at least talk in English to somebody, it really helps because there's many countries out there where even in English they will not help you. So the Netherlands is definitely, and as you can see, when you're here in the Netherlands, you just hop on the train and you arrive in no time in Belgium and you arrive in no time in Germany. You can visit München or Berlin so on the train you can do a lot. And there's many, many people who take the fast train from Amsterdam to Paris, for example. In my next class, I will talk about Paris and France. So if you're in Amsterdam, say you take the airplane to Amsterdam, then you can just hop on the train, a fast train, and then you can go to Paris and visit Paris and then back on the plane. Or if you take a plane to Paris, you hop on the fast train there and you go and visit Amsterdam. So in Europe, there's all these possibilities, but not in every country do you have an easy public transport. So my advice, but it's only my advice because of my experience, I would say take the plane to Amsterdam, okay, and Schiphol is the airport. So if you arrive with the plane in Amsterdam, from there, there's an easy access with the train to Belgium, Brussels, to Germany, anywhere, to Paris, okay, so down south, and also to London. You can also easily go to visit London. There's with the train, you can go underneath the tunnel and then take the Eurostar, it's called, and then you arrive in London. So there's all these possibilities that you can do if you like traveling, of course. But also if you live in a different country, because my experience is not just traveling, it's really living in different countries. I've lived from longer periods in different countries. So if I would want to visit other places, then that's the way to do it. All right. No questions? As I was saying, if you have questions, please do let me know, okay? As I was saying, my next class will be next week, and it will be about France. So first, I will tell you what places to visit. First of all, this is France, and with the colors. And this, who doesn't know this? Come on. Everybody must know Paris, because just like when you talk about Amsterdam in the Netherlands, then you talk about France and the first thing you think of is Paris. And Paris has the very, very famous Eiffel Tower, right? So this is the place that most tourists visit. And I also have really nice figures and facts about that, about how many tourists visit Paris and what are the most beautiful cities that you should visit. France is very big, with really, really beautiful places. So I will tell you what the best places are that you should visit. Okay, and what climate in what regions, because France is so big that you really have to know, if I go up here I need to dress like that, and if I go down here I need to dress totally different. So I'll tell you all about that. And in another class I will then tell you about the French culture, what to expect from the people, and how to greet people, and how closed up the French are, and how difficult they can be. And in another class I will then go back to the Netherlands and tell you all about the culture and the people in the Netherlands. Okay? But it's not only France and Netherlands. I will have other classes where I will be then talking about the UK, for example, and what to expect there. And I've also lived in Spain, so I will tell you about how the people in Spain are, what the most beautiful places are in Spain, and give you lots of pictures. So yeah, lots of interesting things, because if you open up a guide and you think, okay, I'm going to go to France, then you see all these really typical touristical areas, but some of them are interesting and some of them are not. So I will just tell you, what you can expect. France and Paris, yeah, it's worth it. But there's many other places that you should know about, okay, and that you can easily access and how to access them. So I will give away all of that information, because the whole month of August I will be talking about countries and places and culture, and be more specific and in detail. Okay, all of that for you coming up. If you want to contact me, you can always send me an email, info@expat2impact.com. You can find me on Facebook or my website, expat2impact.com. Okay, my name is Rachel, and I will see you very soon again. Thank you so much for watching me. Ciao.